The best there is the MCU Marvel Legends Wolverine Brown Suit action figure, because it's the only one for now. Since this figure includes a neck without Hugh Jackman's head, I'm not even sure if he is you. He can be Tom Holland, Andrew Garfield, Professor X, Magneto, or even Bully Maguire. He can be literally anybody. I won't be upset if Hasbro didn't include a Hugh Jackman head, as long as in this review, they prove this is worth our money. Just like you, I have several Marvel Legends Hugh Jackman figures, and we're going to test every single head of those figures in this new brown costume Wolverine. As early as now, you know this is not a show and tell review, so let's get into it. Hasbro included a single masked Wolverine head, but it has a very neutral facial expression. What a Wolverine figure needs, especially this brown suit, pays homage to his battle with Hulk. He needs an angry, teeth-clenching or screaming head sculpt. In the past, Hasbro included 2 Hugh Jackman heads with each Wolverine. I'll first test out the 20th anniversary Fox movie Logan Lumberjack. As much as I like the neutral Hugh Jackman head sculpt on this figure, what we really need is a screaming head. A common disclaimer from Hasbro is skin tones won't match, ever. Just like in the comic books, the color and design depends on the artist. But the good thing they did is they made sure the peg is compatible with the old Logan heads. The better screaming head comes from the Deadpool Legacy Collection Wolverine in his white tank top. That is my preferred screaming head, which I use for any Hugh Jackman figure body. Hasbro did a great job in terms of the inkjet printing of the beard of the heads for that Deadpool Legacy Collection Wolverine. Even the neutral head sculpt, you can see the big improvement compared to the 20th anniversary Wolverine. Finally, by default, collectors will likely use the Logan head from the recent Deadpool and Wolverine yellow costume, because that look matches Hugh Jackman in his 50s. I also tried out the mask head for that yellow costume. It's not that bad at all, it's just a lighter yellow on top of his head. Since we've solved the missing Marvel Legends Hugh Jackman heads, did Hasbro compensate by giving us the best quality brown costume Wolverine? Immediately, I noticed this head sculpt doesn't even match the one featured on the box. Is that a product render or a promo image of the figure? It looks like a real action figure with those joint cuts, but the sculpt looks different, especially the beard. I recently reviewed the SH Figuarts Wolverine, compared it with the Hasbro version, and that head sculpt blew me away. It's a masterpiece. Bandai sculpted and painted the flesh part of the head, so it seems like there is actually a face under the mask. Hasbro did something similar, but there was no paint wash to bring out the sculpt, especially for the nose. In the comments below, let me know which one do you prefer, the actual figure head or the one on the packaging. I prefer the one on the packaging because it doesn't look flat. Since the actual head isn't outstanding enough to justify the lack of a Hugh Jackman head, what about the body? Hasbro is stepping in the right direction with this removable neck piece. They saw what Mafex has been doing for years, and now it's Hasbro's turn. I hope that going forward, Hasbro continues this even if they don't include an extra head, because let's face it, if you're a Hasbro fan, you already have every version of the Hugh Jackman figure. The only problem is whether it will fit the neck peg or not. As I showed a moment ago, in most cases, it actually works and is tight. Something I found interesting is what Hasbro did with the Marvel Legends Cassandra Nova. It's a step backward because the neck is part of the head. This is bad news for collectors like me who love to kit bash and head swap. The body and head just aren't usable for those cases. Although I can attach the Marvel Legends Cassandra Nova head to a Jean Grey Mafex body. It won't peg in though. This confuses me. Hasbro did the right thing with the Marvel Legends Wolverine Brown Suit, but took a step backwards for Cassandra Nova. They belong to the same wave, and Cassandra's head sculpt and probably the body is a new sculpt. In the comments below, let me know, am I the only one who's disappointed that I can't use Cassandra Nova for a kit bash? If you found this deep dive review helpful, I hope you give it a hype, give it a like, subscribe to my channel, and share this with our fellow collectors. For places where the figures in this review might still be available, I left some links in the description below.
I'm Tuggernaut!
The body mold of the new Marvel Legends Brown Suit Wolverine is new, and it's not a repaint of the yellow movie costume. It's really hard to tell if it's 100% accurate because this costume appeared for exactly 5 seconds in the movie. Did Hasbro get the design right, or was it Medicom toy? Hasbro didn't paint the sculpted lines on his knee pads, but the Mafex number 297 Wolverine has painted lines. However, I checked the Hot Toys version and they didn't paint the lines either, so maybe Hasbro is right. The body is an improvement over the yellow costume because it has a modern upper torso swivel instead of the ab crunch. It does lessen the range of crunching forward and backward, but it allows you to tilt the torso. The belt isn't glued on, but it's held tight by the mold, so it won't get out of place easily. Just like the yellow costume Wolverine, he has butterfly joints with minimal range in the back because of the brown suit design. Hasbro didn't make a deep cut that would break the aesthetics of the back, but the front cuts are deep enough for Wolverine to strike that X symbol. This Marvel Legends Wolverine has the modern double-jointed pinless elbows and knees. For the legs, the only swivel is at the upper thigh, which can do a full 360 and break Logan's leg along the way. It also breaks the look of his pouches. The plastic of the body itself is brown, so Hasbro painted the lemon yellow onto an uneven basketball texture surface. This results in some brown spots showing through, but from afar you won't notice. It's not a big deal. The basketball-like texture creates shadows, so you can train your mind to think of them as paint washes that brings out the sculpt. There are some black paint smudges on the figure I got, but that's unavoidable, especially since you can't see them through the back or the side of the packaging. The boots have sculpted lines even on the toe, but there is no toe articulation there. He has the usual ankle rocker and feet can hinge. Regarding the repainted parts, we're just talking about the 4 hands. They are the same hands from the yellow costume, just in brown plastic. I always applaud Hasbro when they use these kinds of claws. They're the best looking ones. But on my figure, the claws are loose. I'll have to apply some Kiki Fix joints or clear nail polish to add some thickness so they fit tightly. With a total of 4 hands just like the yellow suit, he has a right closed fist hand and a left grabby hand that can hold things, just like the alternate neck. All the Marvel Legends Brown costume Wolverine's hands hinge forward and back, just like the Tiger Stripes version. He also comes with a cowl. I remember the Toy Biz retro figure where you could use the mask as a ring. You can do the same for this one. Similar to the body, there is some basketball texture, so you can see some paint missing in it. Again, just treat it like a paint wash. The new Hasbro Marvel Legends Wolverine Brown Suit, based on his 5-second appearance in the movie Deadpool and Wolverine, stands 16.2 centimeters or 6.4 inches tall. Hugh Jackman is 6 feet 2 inches tall, making this figure slightly tall for a 1/12 scale, but Hasbro has their own taller 6-inch scale. Here is Hugh Jackman in his brown costume besides the yellow suit. Deluxe Dogpool and Deadpool set, and Cassandra Nova. Ryan Reynolds and Hugh Jackman are roughly the same height, so this figures represents them well. Cassandra Nova is quite short besides them because the actress Emma Corrin is 5 feet 8 inches tall. Marvel Legends fans open dislike SH Figuarts because they are shorter than Hasbro's standard 6-inch scale. But here they are with the Brown Suit Wolverine. I hope you check out my review of the SH Figuarts Deadpool and Wolverine. It's not your typical show and tell toy review, it's the definitive comparison. Here is Hugh Jackman besides Sir Patrick Stewart, Sir Ian McKellen, Chris Evans, and James Marsden, who are all set to appear in Avengers Doomsday. The Cyclops here is the Mafex version. Sony MCU Spider-Man comparisons. We have Andrew Garfield's Amazing Spider-Man, Tom Holland's Final Swing Suit Spider-Man, the friendly Tobey Maguire, and the bully Maguire. From the Deadpool Legacy Collection, here's the kitbashed Samurai Wolverine, Deadpool, Colossus, and the 20th Anniversary Fox X-Men movie Lumberjack Logan. With X-Men 97 returning this summer, here are Nightcrawler, Wolverine, and Cyclops on the regular mailbox, plus Jean Grey. Retro games are now popular again, so here are some Marvel vs. Capcom 2 based figures: Gamerverse Wolverine, Psylocke, Captain America, and Venom. On the Capcom side, we have Jada Toys Street Fighters, Chun-Li, Ryu, Sagat, and Cammy. Cammy is the shortest female Street Fighter. Halimao Sculptures and Loose Collectors Darna, the glow-in-the-dark Dark Crypt Imps by Loose Collector, and Boss Fight Studio Epic Hacks Red Sonja. Which Hulk is the best to go toe-to-toe with this Brown Suit Wolverine? Is it the 6-inch scale Hasbro Marvel Legends Hulk, or the 7-inch scale Marvel Select Immortal Hulk, or the Rampaging Hulk? For packaging, the Marvel Legends Wolverine Brown Suit comes in the standard Deadpool and Wolverine packaging. There is a window, you can see the figure and all of its accessories. On the side is promo images of the Brown Suit Wolverine figure. On the back is the same image. And here is a short read-up. Pause it right now if you want to have a read. Hasbro is showing you what other figures you can purchase from this wave. Warning, legalities, and the barcode. Unboxing the Marvel Legends Wolverine. There is only one plastic tray containing the figure and accessories. At the back is some doodles by Deadpool. Is this the best there is brown costume Wolverine in this scale? It's a resounding yes for now. I wasn't planning on getting the Mafex version, but this one makes me consider it. At the end of the day, this is a typical Hasbro MCU figure. Did you get your money's worth? Missing Hugh Jackman head and all? Maybe. It's a classic Hasbro release. Just a note, the Hot Toys and Mafex versions have the Hulk reflection in the claws. I really don't wonder why Hasbro skipped that. If you are a big Wolverine figure collector, or just like me with bad collecting habits, this is a must-add to your collection. If the budget is tight and fuel prices rising to the top of the world, then I guess this is a skip. It's just a 5-second appearance in a movie anyway. I love Hasbro. That's why I'm honest when I reviewed their figures, and I created a playlist on the top right corner of your screen. Hope you check it out. Thank you for watching. Please give this review some hype, like, subscribe, and share this with fellow collectors who wants more than a show and tell review. I hope to see you in the next one.